Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Good Tuesday afternoon and welcome to another edition of the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. I'm Adam Gore, and as always, the ICC Hour is made possible thanks to our friends at Renaissance Bank.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
On this week's ICC Hour, we'll sit down with President of Itawamba Community College, Dr. Jay Allen, and we'll talk about the college as a whole, along with the community college system here in the state, as part of the celebration of Community College Month here in Mississippi. We'll also find out why the community college system is so special to Dr. Allen and what it means to him, and why ICC is the best of the best when it comes to the community college system here in Mississippi. In the second half of our conversation, we'll talk about our upcoming graduation ceremonies, our ongoing orientation sessions, and touch on ICC's plan to be back to normal for the fall semester. All that and more on this week's ICC Hour, which is being presented by the bank that understands you. That's Renaissance Bank. Visit renaissancebank.com.
Good things come to those who wait, but waiting means staying where you are, and you were meant for more. At Itawamba Community College, you can earn an affordable degree, certificate, or credits to transfer to a university for a fraction of the cost of most colleges while having the experience of a lifetime. Summer and fall orientation registration is underway, and spots are filling up fast. Don't wait. Apply today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Renaissance Rewards Extra is the checking account that checks all the boxes. Roadside assistance? Check. Cell phone insurance? Check. More than 400,000 local shopping discounts? Check. Up to $25 per month in ATM refunds and a great rate? Check. All in an easy-to-use mobile app. To open an account or find out more about Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking, go to renaissancebank.com or visit us at any of our more than 190 locations throughout the South. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tats right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Today tastes like game day at home, like assigned couch seating. Tastes like coffee table dining and an ice-cold Coke to cool down the heat. It tastes like the game you've waited for all week with friends you've known your whole life. Today tastes like watching football is supposed to. And it never tasted this good. Coca-Cola. Together tastes better.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. As always, the ICC Hour is being presented to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Visit renaissancebank.com to learn more about all their awesome checking options, student checking options there as well. Well, as we mentioned in the top part of the show, we're going to speak with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen, part of Community College Month here in April. And Dr. Allen, first off, thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to be here today, Adam.
Well, let me just ask a general question. What does community college mean to you?
Well, that's a loaded question. I'll go back to my own community college experience. I can't help but really go back to that. You know, probably when I walked in day one, it just meant the next logical step for me. I didn't really understand the true value of it at that time. Financially, it was a really good solution for me and for my family. Mom and Dad, while they had prepared, I'd probably not prepared as much academically as I really should, and so the scholarship opportunity wasn't tremendously there, really there at a university setting. So I walked right in the door on a leadership scholarship at a community college here in Mississippi, was able to build a foundation that supported me throughout. I mean, when I say throughout, I mean all the way through my PhD experience. Really, that foundation was huge. So I see it as this foundational bridge for so many students, because whether they want to go straight to the workforce or they want to go on to a university level and earn beyond even the bachelor's degree, it is building that foundation that all of that can be built off of. And I really see it as this hidden gem that people don't understand the true value. And when you put the price point on it that nobody else can beat, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll back you up on that, because whenever I graduated high school, I had an opportunity to go to Mississippi State.
Right.
Things didn't work out. We'll just say that.
Right.
Gore didn't take it as serious as he should have.
Yeah.
But I did come to ICC after that. I was able to have a golf scholarship.
Yes.
Was able to get other scholarships despite my academic history behind that. And it did help me. I had to pay off a large amount of money beforehand. And I encourage kids all the time. I'm like, hey, look into this option first.
Right.
Because I came from a very small school. And it was one of those, I was not knocking the school I came from.
Right.
I just wasn't prepared to go from that small of a classroom size to my first class being honors music appreciation, that I've never played an instrument before in my life.
Right.
That had 125 students and a teacher in Indiana on the board.
That's right.
So, it was one of those, I wish I would have gone back. Of course, everybody, hindsight's 20/20.
That's right.
But I really wish I would have came here first to get that solid foundation you're talking about.
And I think the other piece of that is, as a transfer student, not only did I gain tremendous leadership experiences while I was at the community college, but then the opportunity, because I had performed academically and was in Phi Theta Kappa, I got not only the Phi Theta Kappa transfer scholarship, but also a leadership scholarship then at Mississippi State University. Wasn't eligible for that amount of money as a freshman, but I was as a sophomore. As a transferring junior. Huge impact financially for my family.
And I don't think people really realize that this path is a way to, yes, get prepared, but also take care of yourself financially. I know I talked to guys like D. Stegall and other students that have come through here, and they're like, Gore, I'm where I'm at today because I'm not burdened by the financial struggles of having to pay for school after school.
That's correct.
And that's huge, and that's one thing the community college system across the state offers students.
That's right. And I've worked everywhere I've ever been, and through high school I always had a job or two, even and all the way through college, had a job or two, and probably rarely did I only have one. But the reality was I was able to balance that work-life balance and make sure I had my college coursework taken care of, all the leadership and extracurricular activity experiences that I really wanted, plus the ability to work and graduate debt-free. And I go back, again, that community college is really the number one agent of that, is the fact that I was able to do it at a great price point with scholarship. But more importantly, even if I'd had to pay full price, it was still doable while I was working and raising some money on the side just to pay for school.
And the really cool part about ICC, and this a couple of things that you and I just got finished shooting before we did the interview here, we've got Phi Theta Kappa,
Yes.
we've already mentioned, the Honors College.
Yes.
So those do open revenues, or avenues, I should say, for you to be able to pay for school. But just talk about those programs and what they mean to ICC.
Well, again, it doesn't really matter if where you may see yourself on the educational spectrum of the most talented academic student or the least talented academic student, the most focused academic student or the least focused. There are opportunities for you in the community college setting, and if you're highly motivated academically, Honors College, tremendous way to get involved and continue to challenge you, but also to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that support your effort to really focus in on that coursework. But you're also going to have a lot of fun while you're doing it and build some great relationships that I believe will last a lifetime. Phi Theta Kappa, same scenario. You come in and you perform. You earn that 3.5 GPA or higher. You become a member of Phi Theta Kappa. Not only does it afford you opportunities while you're here at ICC, but then the transfer scholarship opportunity when you go to the universities. But I will tell you, universities realize the value in our students. So they're seeking those proven individuals, especially those Phi Theta Kappa members. Not only are they willing to scholarship them, but in many cases, they've begun to create leadership opportunities at the university setting for their transfer students.
And that's one thing I know some coaches bring in student athletes through our office, through sports information, to kind of talk to them kids that are recruiting. And that's one thing I try to get the kids to focus on is that not only athletically but academically, these colleges want to invest in you and your future because they know, one, they're getting a kid prepared.
Yes.
They're getting a kid that's been through it and is ready to play or ready to go to class.
Right.
So it's a wise investment of their money, of students that are focused, ready to go forward, versus a freshman like me that went to Mississippi State and decided to have a little bit too much fun when he was there. So
and that happens.
It does. So let's talk about the system as a whole in the state. It's been nationally recognized too many times to count.
That's right.
But it's, everybody thinks, well, ICC's in it for ICC.
Right.
But the presidents work really well together. Now, not saying they work perfectly together at all times, but it is a collective group that works extremely well to better serve the entire state and works with each other on how to serve their areas.
It does. And, being back in the state now for 3.5 years, almost 4 years now as president here at ICC, I get to see a kind of a renewed sense and excitement in that presidential makeup there with the 15 community college presidents. We meet monthly. Obviously, prior to COVID, we met face-to-face every month. Now we are back to face-to-face, and I think we really need that because it gives us a chance again to brainstorm. We build relationships. I know for me, I have to communicate with a number of them on a regular basis, if nothing else, for just a sanity check of, hey, this has been a really tough day. Have y'all ever dealt with this? And get that feedback and the support structure. But not only that, we find ways to partner and to find solutions. Even though this may only affect 8 of the community colleges or 9 or 10, the other 5 may or may not gain today, but they may down the road.
Right.
And so I think that's a blessing, is to have that effort, but also the fact that we know if we're all doing better, then we're all going to do better. And also that is what Mississippi needs.
Yes.
It is the best valued education in the state. And the fact that we can provide it at the price point that we do is really amazing. And the quality is there. In the classroom, the fact that we challenge each other to make sure that we're growing and getting better every day as presidents and as our colleges, because it's the best thing for Mississippi. We need a strong community college system for Mississippi to reach its potential.
What does the future hold for the state of Mississippi when it comes to the community college system?
There will be changes that will come over the next few over years. I don't know exactly how fast it will all change, but there will be changes. I think, if you look back 20 years ago, roughly, we created the Mississippi Virtual Community College System, and it continues to morph and adapt to the world that we're in today and the needs of today. Adding training components in the online area for workforce, I think, is a next step we'll be taking. But then I also think about our funding still is a challenge at times, and so it's a delicate balance of making sure that we offer the great education at an affordable price, balancing all the different factors we have from a funding standpoint. But I think the next piece will also include finding ways to close our achievement gaps. So if you think about it, Adam, while we serve everybody in just almost every way possible, but how do we make sure that every Mississippian is achieving the same level of success as their neighbor. And whether that be based on gender or race, socioeconomic status, we know that all of those play a factor in really, in some ways, being able to predict through correlation student success. And we want to make sure that there's really no difference. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic background, if you are from a wealthy family or not. It doesn't really matter. We want you to be successful, and Mississippi needs you to be successful. So finding ways to close those achievement gaps are important. We do a tremendous job with our student athletes of moving them to success.
Yeah.
But we also own a lot of that student athlete's time, and we are able to communicate with them daily. Coaches have the ability to challenge them and say, hey, you know what? We're not doing what we need to in the classroom, so let's go run a little extra to make sure that we refocus that attention. Right. Well, we can't do that with every student. So how do we find ways to get to individuals and make sure that we're challenging them to move to success? To me, that is going to be one of the most important things for Mississippi, and it ties in directly with our attainment goal that we've set as a state. And so it's going to be a logical tie-in at the same time.
And we're talking with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen here on the ICC Hour. Dr. Allen, we're up against the break. You got a little bit more time to spend with us?
I do.
All right, we're going to take a step away, come back with more of the ICC Hour right after this here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Renaissance Rewards Extra is the checking account that checks all the boxes. Roadside assistance? Check. Cell phone insurance? Check. More than 400,000 local shopping discounts? Check. Up to $25 per month in ATM refunds and a great rate? Check. All in an easy-to-use mobile app. To open an account or find out more about Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking, go to renaissancebank.com or visit us at any of our more than 190 locations throughout the South. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good things come to those who wait, but waiting means staying where you are, and you were meant for more. At Itawamba Community College, you can earn an affordable degree, certificate, or credits to transfer to a university for a fraction of the cost of most colleges while having the experience of a lifetime. Summer and fall orientation registration is underway, and spots are filling up fast. Don't wait. Apply today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Today tastes like game day at home, like assigned couch seating. Tastes like coffee table dining and an ice-cold Coke to cool down the heat. It tastes like the game you've waited for all week with friends you've known your whole life. Today tastes like watching football is supposed to, and it never tasted this good. Coca-Cola, together tastes better.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest priced pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. that's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best story here.
And welcome back one more time here on the ICC Hour as we continue our conversation with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen. Dr. Allen, we talked about the success of our students and how we want to see them grow from day to day and be a success in life. And we're going to get to celebrate a moment of success, and probably one of my favorite moments on campus. A little bittersweet. You get to see some kids leave after, only getting to spend 2 years with them. But graduation.
That's right.
We missed that last year.
We did.
Thanks a lot, COVID.
That's
but
right.
This year, we're going to have graduation. And we're making some ways around to make sure we can have it safely. But just first off, before we talk about the details of graduation, it feels good to know that we're going to be able to celebrate these kids one time.
Absolutely. You and the community relations team did a great job really pulling off the virtual graduation last year and during COVID, and we made it work. It was less than ideal, but we made it work. This year, I'm so excited that we're able to do a face-to-face graduation. Now, the unique piece is we're going to do 4 ceremonies instead of 2.
Yeah.
But the beauty of that is because of the size of our Davis Event Center, we're able to double the number of ceremonies and not have to reduce really our attendance over the 4 ceremonies. So we're going to have roughly a 50% or so attendance capacity, but when you go back and look, that's the same amount of people we would have had in 2 ceremonies. We're just going to spread it over 4. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be great to see those students. It is bittersweet. Standing there on stage, they come through and I get to shake their hand and hand them their diploma. A little different this year how we'll do that. I have those students that I've seen perform on stage, out on the field in a ball game, on the diamond or the court. And I've built these relationships with our student leaders, and to shake their hand and know that ICC is really losing a true gem and somebody that's shared a lot of their time and talent with us is disheartening, but it's also amazing. In my 25 years, one thing I have learned, as hard as it is to lose this individual, you will be amazed at also what will come behind them and the next person that will step into their shoes. And our students continue to amaze me. So it is bittersweet, but it does also reminds me, hey, there's going to be a new crop coming, and we're going to be blown away at what they may do. That's really kind of the exciting part.
Absolutely, and you can kind of focus on this as a parent this year because you've got one graduating high school.
I do.
But why is it so important for us to get graduation back here at ICC?
I always tell students, march everywhere you can, march at every graduation you can. It's a great way to kind of put that capstone event over your overall experience that you've put a lot of time and effort to. Not only that, especially in the scenarios where you've built those relationships and friendships, it's another opportunity maybe to come together that one last time before you depart. And I always looked at it this way, Mom and Dad, we're going to make sure that I got a really great meal that day.
Yes.
Now, I did find out when I finished my PhD, and we were at graduation, we had some, not only Mom and Dad, but some friends there as well. And somehow I ended up with a check that night. So I didn't get bought the meal by Mom and Dad. I ended up buying the meal. So my theory may not always hold true. But it is important to have that celebratory moment. But also, I think it's a good time to just pause and reflect over what all you've accomplished.
Yeah.
Because I bet you, and I know we're going to talk about orientation in a minute, I bet you when they started, they weren't sure if they could really do this. And to think back at what they've accomplished is a moment they truly owe themselves.
Absolutely, and it's I get kind of emotional because I remember whenever I was there, I'm watching my sister walk, and things like that, and we get to know certain students more than others.
That's right.
And you see their struggle. You see where they're frustrated because of a class or a test they didn't think they can get, but then they get it, they pass, and you look at it, all those moments at once as they're just walking up and get that diploma, you're like, hey, you did it.
You did it.
So it's a most definitely a great moment, one that we're looking forward to, and you can find out more about those graduations and the tickets that you need to get as well at iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. And speaking of that website, you need to go to iccms.edu/orientation so you can, in 2 years, enjoy a graduation of your own.
Absolutely.
Orientation registration is open now. We do need you to apply for college before you can apply for orientation, but I've already had some orientation events going on campus. It's good to get that buzz back again and it seems like every day when we can get stuff that's normal, just taking that step forward, it just gives you a little bit more energy knowing that we're going to be back full time in the fall. But just talk about orientation right now.
Yeah, you're talking about the feeling normal. Indian Week going on recently absolutely felt normal.
Yes.
That's what I loved about it. I had that sense of normalcy back with different activities going on. Orientation, we've had several different sessions. They've been extremely successful. Dr. Hab and her team have a wonderful set of orientation leaders that are just knocking it out of the park, and they're so excited to be meeting with our future students and with family members, and just share with them about their experiences at ICC and what really the future holds for them here at the college. I am going through a similar experience or the same experience because I have a high school senior that's graduating. She has already been through orientation and made her a little nervous that I was going to be up there doing a welcome, that I might call her out. But I didn't call her out, but I did share with the parents that I understand their apprehensions and their concerns and thoughts and questions because I'm going through this process. But there's one difference. I'm going to live right here on this same campus that my college student is living on. And to their students' excitement, they will not be living on the same campus that their child will be living on. And so, but it's neat to go through that. It's neat to see our students go through that and to see families. I think it's also a great way they leave at the end of the day, hopefully with most, if not all, of their questions answered. Might have thought of some new ones, though. But they have a sense of understanding of the type of employees we have at ICC and who we're going to be putting their sons or daughters in front of, and in classrooms, in office spaces, everywhere on campus that they interact with, that they know there's people here, that their primary focus is that person's success.
Yeah, I ran into a parent the other day. They were asking where a room was, and I was like, "Come on, I'll walk you there." And they said it's just so amazing to see how nice everyone is here at ICC. They're like, you could have easily just said, "Oh, it's around the corner, go."
Right.
And I was like, well, that's not what we do. We're family around here. And they said it gives us a sense of comfort knowing our kids will be here.
That's right.
And that's what we kind of want to do with orientation. We have special sessions for parents.
That's right.
We have obviously the students where they break away and go do their thing because they're growing up now. It's time for them to do that. But why is that important to give the parents that peace of mind? Because really, truly, you can not have to do anything with the parents at all.
Well, you kind of hit on really two huge components, and I can go all the way back to my student development theory class at Mississippi State, my graduate program. You give those students that opportunity to step away from mom and dad a little bit and develop their own initiative to take care of their items, such as their schedule, making some decisions. Sure, they can go back and talk with mom and dad about it and make changes if they need to, but it's an opportunity for them to really take ownership of their educational process, because at the college level, they own their educational record, not mom and dad, even though mom and dad are paying for it, but the student really owns it, and that's federal guidelines, not ours, it's federal. But we put them in that scenario to build that level of success. I have to do that with my own child, to challenge them to take care of their educational responsibilities, and then I provide the support and assistance where I need to. But then we take mom and dad and we say, okay, we know you got questions. So here we're going to run through some items and we're going to let you ask some of our key leaders and our student orientation leaders your questions and get that feedback, real life, what's going on. And I think those have been extremely successful for us.
Absolutely. And the orientation leaders that we have, they're next to amazing.
They are.
They're awesome students. And I think that's another bonus too, is you've got students talking to students. It's not students talking to adults. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
No.
But they feel like they can relate. They can be like, hey, what about this class? And the student can be like, oh, I took it and I had this teacher. I like this teacher, So it gives them that sense of peace for the students as well.
And they come in from high schools much like the set of students they're talking to. And so they talk about their own experience of transitioning to this environment, which was probably larger environment for almost every one of them than what they were used to day to day in their high school setting. So they talk about that transition, how they find ways to get involved, how they balance their time, how they find that there's so many activities. The other day it was the fear of missing out conversation and how you balance that. And I tell students all the time, make sure you figure out what it takes for you to be successful and then fill in the gap, the opportunities there for all the things that occur at the college, but know when you need to step away and take time for yourself to prepare academically. And everybody's different in the amount of time it takes to prepare. And sometimes it's different for a particular class or subject than it would be for another one. And that's okay. But you've got to know that and then step away and take care of you.
Most definitely. And we'll shift gears one more time. And I meant to tell you we was going to talk about this as well. Yeah. But I know you're excited as well as I am. This fall, we're going to be back to as normal as possible, as safely as possible. Normality. That is a great word we're hearing these days. And it's getting closer and closer and more normal.
Right.
So talk about the fall. plans for ICC?
I'm extending this challenge to cabinet members and to our leaders that I really want not only the fall to be back to normal, but I want it to be better than normal. I want it to be more vibrant, more exciting, a stronger reach to all of our students for engagement opportunities. We currently plan on, that we won't be wearing masks and that we will have basically every classroom back to the normal setting that it was. Now, we know that could change. Yeah. Beyond our control, we could be forced to change it. And that's fine. We'll deal with that when that time comes. We've learned to adapt.
Yeah.
But that's our goal, is we're shooting for normal. We also think that, we'll be mindful about certain scenarios and gatherings. We'll probably be more mindful about than we've ever been, but as long as we can believe we can provide that safe environment, then that's what we're going to do. But we've also come up with some neat new ways to keep people excited and engaged. I know Jake Hartfield, as Student Activities Director, has had a great success with online bingo, with a virtual bingo and virtual trivia and some things to keep people engaged, but also keep them safe. Well, we may or may not do that again in the future. They may keep that just as a way during the winter months to keep people engaged, where they may not be as likely to come out because of rain and cold and the like. So we'll see. But the great thing is we've learned through this process. And I always tell people, we can do things and try and fail. It's what we do with that failure. Right. Not that COVID was a failure at all. I think we've been extremely successful with COVID. But we've learned to take perhaps some of those things that were successes during COVID, as unpleasant as we ultimately were, but it allowed us to have some sense of normalcy. We're going to bring that forward where we can. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait for all sports to be played in their regular season.
Yeah. Yes.
Fall and spring will be great. You know that as well. For the band to be at full capacity at every event they're typically at. For all of our organizations to have back to their normal schedule and more.
Right.
And that's the challenge I provide, is and more. Yeah. I want us to do even more.
Yeah, and I think really and truly, of course, CJ and Lee, they have kids, and we kind of joke, long gone are the snow days, thanks to COVID.
That's right, yeah.
But there are so many great things that came out of this.
That's right.
At the end of the day, I still don't think we've seen all the good that has yet to come from what we've experienced this last year. But talk about the good that we've experienced through the bad. I'm putting air quotes up for those, even though I'm on the radio. Yeah. But talk about the good that we've learned from this situation. You kind of touched on it there for a minute.
Well, Zoom, I'll just pick on Zoom as a piece of technology that we love and hate right now. We spent so much time on it in meetings and classroom settings and conferences and the like. What I have learned is really gone are the days where we're going to sit on a conference call, and I just used air quotes for that. We will be sitting on a Zoom call or a Zoom meeting where some of the people or most of the people will be actually physically on camera, and we can see them, and I can read their facial expressions. There may be one or two that are having to call in, as I do sometimes, join that meeting out of the car via a phone call. Obviously not by video, and do that, and that affords us some ways to get to some issues quickly where normally we couldn't have all gathered. And so that's going to be a big plus that has come out of COVID as I see it. We were so close to really being able to do that, we just didn't know it, and we never had the push to take us over the edge. But that's occurred, and it could be any of those products, but Zoom, WebEx, any of those, but GoToMeeting and the like. But then I think the other thing is we have found ways in the classroom that we're able to afford students engagement opportunities that we weren't exactly ready to adapt in the past, because we didn't have that push again, and COVID pushed us there. So how we use Zoom in the classroom in the future, how we use video capture technology more and more in other classes, so many different pieces of it that we hadn't thought about. I don't think all of our hand sanitizers stations that are around campus will go away. They won't.
I hope not.
They're going to be right here. Yeah. They're going to be here. Our bottle filling stations that we put on our water fountains, what a tremendous addition. And we were able to, again, use some CARES Act dollars to help us do that, because it allowed people to fill up their own bottle. Right. That also is a good thing for the environment and the like. So we think that, those are going to stay, obviously, but I think that will add to our health and well-being. Flu was pretty minor this year, it seemed like. We were sanitizing our hands more often. We kept our distance. We wore a mask. I don't know that we will do that just for the flu in the future for wearing the mask, but hopefully we'll be more accustomed to sanitizing our hands. But then again, Well, if somebody put on a mask during flu season, we wouldn't really be alarmed by that now.
Not at all.
But we would have thought that was odd in the past.
Yeah, matter of fact, there's been a few days the pollen's been so high, I just throw my mask on and
yes,
go with it
absolutely.
from there. Well, Dr. Allen, I know I've taken up a lot of your time today, and I do appreciate you taking time for the show. One last time, Community College Month here this month. Just talk about what that means and just why people should come to ICC.
Well, I was just going to say, enroll today.
Yeah.
It is never too late to pursue your educational goals. We have people that you would probably categorize as a senior citizen enrolled with us. And they're doing that for a variety of reasons. So it's never too late. Some of them are just because they finally want to achieve what they've been trying to do for years, or they've decided, hey, I've been retired a little bit. I want to go back and do something. I want to try something different. But no matter where they are in their career, this is a great place to start anew, to add to their experiences educationally so that they can get that next job promotion they want, or in a whole different field. My wife's a perfect example, elementary ed teacher for 5 years, and then went to nursing school at a community college and has been practicing as a nurse for well over a decade or more. I think the real opportunity lies that the community college is right in your backyard. It is at a very affordable price point, and we provide everyone with quality instruction and great support to system around them to help them be successful. And we're open door, so we give everybody a chance. And I think that's another beauty of the community college system. And we're able to serve our local area as we need to, because we're an independent, autonomous institution and not governed necessarily by a state system, but we have local control. And that allows us to meet our local needs.
And we encourage you to visit iccms.edu to learn more about all the great things ICC has to offer. We're not just Fulton. We're Fulton, Tupelo, Belden, tons of great things there to help improve your future. Dr. Allen, thank you for your time today, and look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Sounds great.
Good things come to those who wait, but waiting means staying where you are, and you were meant for more. At Itawamba Community College, you can earn an affordable degree, certificate, or credits to transfer to a university for a fraction of the cost of most colleges while having the experience of a lifetime. Summer and fall orientation registration is underway, and spots are filling up fast. Don't wait. Apply today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tats right here.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tide!
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Jordan Smith. I'm one of our recruiters here at Itawamba Community College. When you come on campus for a tour here in the David C. Cole Student Services Building, this is where you arrive and this is where we will get started. Here in this building, basically anything you would need as a service as a student is offered for you. Here on the bottom floor, we have the housing office, as well as the bookstore, post office, as well as the cafeteria, which we'll see here in a few minutes. Up these stairs right here behind me, this is where you'll find the advising, recruiting, financial aid, admissions, and the Foundation and Alumni Association office. There's plenty to see right here inside this building, so come on in and let's take a look around. All right, so our first stop here will be the bookstore. Let's step inside here. Basically, anything and everything ICC is at your disposal right here, whether it's all the numerous clothing options you see inside here, or maybe it's you forgot something you need for class, I need to pick up a Scantron for that class, whatever it may be, this is the place for you. And possibly the most important thing that you need to know is this is the home for the coffee shop right here. The grounds serving lots of Starbucks coffee options right side here. These ladies stay busy in here fixing up coffees all day long. Again, anything, everything ICC right here for you in the bookstore. All right, so we're here inside the cafeteria now, inside the Student Services Building. Here on campus at ICC, we've got two separate dining options. So here in the cafeteria, you'll see a lot of options inside here, and then in a little bit, we'll see the grill over in the Student Activities Building. What we've got here is we've got a student here from ICC, Miss Emma Kate Sparks, and she's gonna talk to us a little bit about everything this cafeteria has to offer.
Well, you can get here 3 meals a day. You can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can also get a very big variety of meals. You can get burgers, pizza, home-cooked meals. You can personalize a sandwich of your choice here at the deli, and we have salads and desserts.
You know, Emma Kate, there's not many places you can go to the cafeteria on a college campus and see the president inside here eating with his family.
Yes, I've seen the president several times here with his family, and he is very welcoming, and he makes this place very homey.
All right, we're gonna have to get on out of here somewhere else, or I'm gonna have to sit down and eat real quick.
All right, now that we've seen the CAF and everything in student services, let's head out on the golf cart and take a look around outside. So this is the Humanities Building. This is where you'll take every English, history, psychology, sociology, and foreign language. Also in this building is PTK, which stands for Phi Theta Kappa. It's an honor society only available to community college students. You have to have a 3.5 GPA to be invited in, and then maintain a 3.3 GPA. So let's go see a classroom. In here you can see the classroom, and our student-teacher ratio is 25:1, meaning for every one teacher there's about 25 students in the class with you. But in here, this is COVID style, so it's only half the class and they're 6 feet apart. But in a smaller classroom, you feel more comfortable to raise your hand and ask questions, and the teacher's going to know your name. So maybe you'll get a little bit more comfortable and feel at home here at ICC.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Spencer and I'm a sophomore here at ICC, and I want to show y'all Chickasaw Hall. So the first thing I want to go by is you have to have an ID card to get in. So you scan it right here and then you can get in the dorm. And when you get in the hall, you're going to need your hard key to get in your room. So when you walk to your room and you get here, you're just going to unlock your room with your hard key, and then you're in. And this is Chickasaw Hall. This is our newest male dorm, and as you can see, it comes furnished with this brown furniture and cabinets and drawers, but it doesn't come with the bedspreads or the pillows and stuff, or the rug or these fluffy chairs. But you do have your own own bathroom and everything, and then you got each dorm has an RA and a resident manager. So the resident manager is a full-time ICC employee who's an adult who stays here 24/7, and the RAs are students who come, and they're going to be the ones that check your room. They're going to be the ones that kind of check you in and check you out when you move in. So a neat thing about Chickasaw Hall and all our dorms are there's no curfew, so you can come in and come out anytime you want. And but we do have quiet hours from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. so we ask you to kind of stay quiet for people who are sleeping. And the other cool thing about on campus is there's no community bathrooms anywhere on campus, so you don't have to worry about that. We're going to show y'all fine arts now, and I'm going to take y'all to Leah.
All right, we're here in the W.O. Benjamin Fine Arts Auditorium in the Fine Arts Center here on the Fulton campus now. Basically, any art type class that takes place on our campus is housed inside this facility. This facility we see right here, this is actually the second largest gathering spot on campus. Whether it's movie nights, Miss ICC pageant, talent competitions, even ICC's The Voice, all of those things happen right here inside this facility. Most all of our students will have at least one class in this building because each degree program does require an arts elective. But if that's all you've got for the arts, that may be the only thing you have in here. If you're a theater major or a music major though, this building here will more than likely be your home.
My name is Leah Pennington and welcome to the Student Activity Center. This is the grill and it's the second dining option for students here on campus. Students can use their student ID to eat here once a day. And this is the campus police office. The campus police can patrol this campus 24/7 and students can pick up their parking decals here. So we're coming up on the Director of Student Activities office. The Director of Student Activities is Jake Hartfield and he heads up all intramural sports and activities that go on here at ICC. Here at ICC we'll offer intramural sports such as basketball, softball, tennis, and frisbee. And here in this office, students can check out ping pong equipment and pool equipment to play ping pong and pool anytime the Student Activities Center is open. Here in the Student Activities Center, we have one ping pong table and one pool table and 3 smart TVs. On these TVs, students can access their Swank account, which is the official ICC movie streaming services available for all students. So the Student Activities Center is open until midnight and it's the latest place that stays open on campus. This is the place where students come to hang out late at night and it's the place for all student activities.
All right, so we bumped into Dr. Allen, the president here at ICC during our tour. You know, we like to talk a lot about how student-oriented you are, Dr. Allen, and there's no better place to see a lot of students than right here at the Crane Pavilion.
That is exactly right. The Crane Pavilion is a great place on campus. It's really a beautiful spot. As you've talked about, you can see everything from this spot, really all of our instructional buildings. But the other great thing is it's really kind of the crossroads for campus. So students come in and out of this space all day long. So it's really neat. It's a great way to be able to see everybody in one sense, but also to find that new set of friends and have a chance to sit down and visit with them as well.
And that's what happened for us here today. We're out on the golf cart to give a tour. Dr. Allen passes by. You've always got to be on the lookout for this guy here on campus because he'll find you in the cafeteria, on the golf cart, all over the place.
Well, I love to see students out for a tour, and it's exciting to think about the great things that are coming at Itawamba Community College in the future, and I hope that you'll be a part of that.
All right, welcome to the academic building. This is where we take all of our math classes, business-related courses, and public speaking. So let's see a classroom in here. This is a COVID-style classroom. So the desks that have X on them, we do not allow students to sit in those right now. But even though you see all the desks in here, the student-teacher ratio is still 25:1. And this classroom is one of our math classrooms taught by the one and the only Bobby Gerald. All right, welcome to the Science Complex. So of course, this is where you'll take all of your science courses, and every course that you have will come with a lab, and they'll be taught by the same teacher. So let's go see one of our auditorium-style classrooms here in the Science Complex. Okay, now that we've seen one of our auditorium-style classrooms, let's check out the organic chemistry lab. So as you can see, all the big tables and all the gas chambers for chemistry, but every science class that you have, you'll have a lab that goes along with it, taught by the same teacher. So now that we've seen the Science Complex, let's go see the Fitness Center and the Davis Event Center.
All right, our next stop here is the Fitness Center. Keep in mind here, as well as most events and places on campus, all you need to have is your student ID. It is totally free. The only exception here at the Fitness Center, make sure and bring a towel along with you when you come to work out. Come on inside, let's take a look around. So you'll see right here when we come in, mostly elliptical cardio type stuff on this side, and as we work our way back on through, more of your free weights and stuff down towards the other end. Good hours, always good staff inside here to help you out. Altogether, a very nice amenity to have here for our students at ICC. So our next stop on the tour today is here inside the Davis Event Center, where tons of fun things are always taking place. Basketball, men's and women's, as well as our newest sport on campus, volleyball, all compete right here inside the Davis Event Center. But even if sports is not for you, this is a place you need to know about, because this is where commencement takes place every single year. So our goal is, after 2 years here with us at ICC, we'll have you on the floor right here inside the Davis Event Center for graduation. But you'll see a beautiful facility here, about 3,500 seats available. Most of the time for our athletic events, we'll have the band sitting down here on this end. Most of our students will be sitting down here on the opposite end from that. Altogether though, lots of fun things take place right here inside the Davis Event Center. As a student, this will be one of the places on your radar that you'll be at a lot.
Welcome to the library. I'm in one of our study rooms here. We have about 4 of these lined up down the length of the library, and that's just for students to come by and study in groups. So let's take a look throughout the rest of the library. Of course, they have plenty of books that you can check out to read for fun. And then also we have the red box where you can check out movies, and you can see that back over there. And then we have the games that you can check out as well, and go and take those and play them at the Student Activity Center and have lots of fun over there. You can also print in here. It's 10 cents a page. We have free Wi-Fi with tons of computers and plenty of room to study as well. You can even get a work-study job in the library, which is a job on campus. So now that you've seen a lot of our campus, including the library, we hope you enjoyed. We enjoyed showing you around ICC's beautiful campus. If you have any questions, you can email us at go2icc@iccms.edu.
We would love to show you around firsthand and meet with you and help you get your journey started here with us on campus at ICC. For a personal tour, go to tours.iccms.edu and come hang out with Taylor and I. Roll Tribe!
Renaissance Rewards Extra is the checking account that checks all the boxes. Roadside assistance? Check. Cell phone insurance? Check. More than 400,000 local shopping discounts? Check. Up to $25 per month in ATM refunds and a great rate? Check. All in an easy-to-use mobile app. To open an account or find out more about Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking, go to renaissancebank.com or visit us at any of our more than 190 locations throughout the South. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good things come to those who wait, but waiting means staying where you are, and you were meant for more. At Itawamba Community College, you can earn an affordable degree, certificate, or credits to transfer to a university for a fraction of the cost of most colleges while having the experience of a lifetime. Summer and fall orientation registration is underway, and spots are filling up fast. Don't wait. Apply today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.